I got carried away. I was totally in the zone and loving it, but I just laced up a new wheel. So Industry 9 hub with a We Are One carbon rim. It's laced but not tensioned yet, so you can see. I guess I'll just do a quick time lapse as I tension and true this. So yeah, here goes nothing. Ooh. So this is also the first wheel I've ever built that's a 2x 3x. So 2x on the drive side, for those of you who are not familiar with that. Each spoke on its way from the hub flange out to the rim passes by 2 spokes. 1 spoke, 2 spokes on its way out to the rim. On the other side, each spoke is doing a 3x. So the spoke starts here, and on its way out from the flange, it passes 1 spoke, 2 spokes, 3 spokes on its way out to the rim. From what I hear, that's supposed to balance out the spoke tensions a little more evenly. And yeah, so we'll see. It's fun. It was fun to lace up a rim a little differently and not just do it by memory, but have to like think about each spoke, which is, it's nice. And then yeah, just the thought of building up a piece of art from something that is entirely logical, mathematical. Each spoke has to be a certain length to get from the hub flange out to the rim, and they cross. They'll have to be tensioned at specific tensions to make the wheel strong enough. And yet, when it's finished, what a beautiful work of art it will be. And so you can see here, while I've taken out some of the slack, it's not anywhere close to being round or true, but it is a carbon rim, so that part comes pretty darn easily. It's kind of like cheating. Anyway, all right, so I'm going to put it back on time lapse and finish this up. All right, so I'm getting close. The adjustments I'm making here, if you watch the gap here, let me put a piece of paper behind it. You can see a little more clearly. But what I'm looking for there is the rim moving smoothly between. So I adjust this knob here, makes these wider or farther apart. And down here, this knob raises and lowers this so I can set it where I want and spin the rim, and then, or spin the wheel, it's a wheel now, and then just adjust these in. I start to hear a little rubbing, and where it rubs tells me where I have to adjust. And right now we're talking about 0.5 millimeter one direction or the other. So I mean, really, if you were to just spin this rim and look at it, you'd be like, oh, that looks pretty good, pretty dialed. But then when you look at it down here, you're like, oh, that looks horrible. But really, it's only 0.5 millimeter one direction or another. So here, I'll just videotape this for a second. So adjust this till I start to get a scrape. So I'm getting a scrape here on the left side, and I just gently hold the spoke where the rubbing starts, go to where the rubbing ends. And then I also need to see if the rim is moving up or down in that. So it's rubbing on the left side, and it's coming up a little bit. So what I need to do is just nominal. I'm going to loosen up this nip a little bit. I'm going to tighten up just a touch. A little tight, looser, a little tighter, a little looser, a little tighter, but not much on any of those. Then I give it another spin, and it's just touching. So adjust this so it touches a little bit more. And I'm starting to just about rub on both sides. So okay, so 2 spots, one here, and then one here. So I'll start with this one first. This rub is actually on this side, so I need to pull the rim the other direction. The spokes are threaded. The nipples are essentially a nut that fits onto the end of the spoke, and as I tighten each nipple, which screws onto the spoke that way, if I tighten this one, it's going to pull it towards that side of the wheel and in towards the hub. So I have to keep track of both of those actions at once. I'm just going to do a little bit of pulling in that direction. So this spot in the rim right now, between the rubs, is where the rim has been pulled up close to the center towards the hub. So I'm going to loosen spokes this time, just to let the rim expand a little bit. Not much. about an eighth of a turn on each. De-stress the spokes. As you tighten up the spokes, sometimes they will actually spin with the nipple as you tighten it. Oh, you hear that little ting ting ting? Those are spokes loosening up. I'm gonna just go through and put some Loctite on the nipple spoke junction. It is about time for some more Loctite. Built another wheel yesterday. It's a lot of fun to work with Cameron to build a wheel. His first wheel, so that is a thing of joy to behold. All right, so there we have it. One wheel laced in a 2x, 3x pattern. First time I've done that. And beautiful wheel, oh my goodness. And yeah, I don't really consider myself to be much of an artist most of the time, but to take 98 pieces. So you've got a hub, rim, that's 2. You've got 32 spokes, 32 nipples, and then there are washers on the nipples. So that's 32 times 3 is 96, plus the rim and the hub is 98 pieces, and turn them into one beautiful work of art. And I don't know, in some ways I feel like this is one of the most simple and beautiful pieces of technology. I mean, granted, the hub mechanism is pretty intricate, with some beautiful machining that Industry 9 does in Asheville, North Carolina. But the rest of it, these rims laid up in Kamloops, British Columbia. We are one. So beautiful products, and then it turns into this beautiful wheel that opens up the world, allows me to ride wherever I want and to not have to worry about it. These rims, this hub, these spokes can deal with whatever I can ride, and then some. So, life is good. All right, on that note, peace.